gents, we are on the way back to the property. We got about a 50-minute drive. We got Ruger out here. You can see him, hopefully my arm is not in the way. But like I said, we got a 55-minute drive, almost an hour to get there. Definitely think, though, the first animal purchase on the property is going to be a rabbit. The research that I was doing, they are the easiest to harbor throughout the winter. Expect me getting some rabbits here soon, hopefully. We'll see if the money situation runs well, then we'll get some rabbits. If not, then we'll probably hold off on rabbits for a while. Just gotta make sure it's predator proof. As long as their enclosure is predator proof, I have no issue getting some rabbits. I'll catch you guys here in probably a blink of an eye. I got a few comments in one of my last videos that I posted about solutions to the insect problem, to the bug problem that are on the property. I'm sitting here driving and I'm like, everything happens for a reason. The bugs, the bats, the deer, the ticks, the things you don't like, the things you do like, everything has a reason. And why would I halt that? Why would I? You know, I don't want to, go to the store and buy some insecticide or pesticides, whatever you want to call it, to get rid of the pests. Because are they really pests? Everything has a job. Let's say we got some guinea fowl. Let's say we got some chickens. That's food for the chickens. That's food for the guinea fowl. That's food for a lot of things that come in handy down the road, which would, in return, cut down food costs on my end. So no, I'm not gonna go to the store and, like I said, get the pesticides or diatomaceous earth or stuff like that. I don't need it. What I do need is a cleanup crew. Chickens, poultry, ducks, things of that nature. Things that are gonna till up the ground, that are gonna scratch and eat the bugs off the ground. That's what I need. I don't need to try and cut it off with chemicals. I don't need to cut it off with chemicals. That's not what I need. By all means, I'm not telling you that you can't do that. I'm just telling you that I'm not going to do that. In return, it's just going to make me spend more money on food for chickens and birds and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense. Do what you want. I'm going to do what I want. Everyone can learn something from me posting these videos, and, considering I worked at a school district before I started doing this, and I still work at the schools. Kids are going to be watching this. The goal with this property is just to get back in tune with nature. Get back in tune with what we're meant to do, forage and make our own food, things like that. So, like I said, I hope you guys are able to learn something from me doing this, me posting my journey. You guys just follow along for the ride, because it's going to be one heck of a ride and one heck of a journey that I don't know where it's going to take us, but I know it's going to take us somewhere, and there's nothing that we can't do but learn from it. I do know for sure, though, one thing's for certain: I will be getting onto the property and making some bacon, because I did not eat breakfast this morning and I am hungry. Look at Ruger. Ruger has never actually really been up close to cows before, so neither has Beretta. They've never really been close to cows or seen cows before, so this is right next to the property. So I love coming up here when they're out. Oh, there's a horsefly. And letting the dogs see the cows and smell it. So we just got to the property. I'm gonna get some overalls on, but we've got our chain and bar oil for our chainsaw. We've got 2 bags of basically grass clippings that I'm gonna try and start a compost pile with while I'm here today. The dogs are already taken off. Look at them. They are all the way out there, so they're gonna have to come back here pretty quick. I understand, another one of the comments I got: let the dogs be dogs. You need to have control of your dogs, and if they're walking all over the place and they're not coming back, do you really have control over them? Beretta, come. Here she comes. Oh, that's silly. She's waiting for Ruger, but Ruger's back for taking a dump. you can see, I'm ready. Safety first. The only safety we do not have actually is chaps. So we're gonna have to be extra careful not to cut our legs off, knock on wood. But it's the true reality. She always does that shit, bro. She stands in front of the door, and when I open it, she gets her foot caught. Come on. Sounds like I fucking murdered her or something. Chaps are really important. You don't want to cut your legs off, you know? So if you're doing this, get some chaps. Spend the $50 on your safety. I did not take that route, so we're gonna have to be extra careful. What I'm gonna do is spend a couple practice logs up here with the chainsaw and get used to the chainsaw, and then we're gonna move on down to where we need to cut, because I gotta get back in the truck and then drive down there and park in front of it. Look, you know she's fine because she's back to playing. She is such a faker. They are ridiculous. Practice on one of these chop logs that's down already. See how it runs, get a feel for it, and then we'll move on to a tree over in this area, and then we will make our way down to the section that needs to be cut. So let's just go ahead and get started. I got some earplugs in because I know it's going to be loud. I might have to put her away. So we got it cut, and it worked well. So let's move on to a different tree. You know, that actually worked surprisingly well. I put the dogs away because, as you saw, Beretta was getting too excited with the loud noises. So I didn't want her to get in the way while I'm cutting stuff. And I see this little tree that I'm going to try. It's a good tree to practice on. That got us where we wanted to, got it down. It wasn't a clean cut, but it was a practice. And that's all that matters. The more you practice, the more you're gonna get better. It's hard to pay attention to, like, when you're sawing, when it starts to tip. So taking your time here is the most important thing. The tree next to it, I'm gonna try. See if we can do that one. Kind of getting in the same spot. Kind of more further that way, but work on technique, clean cuts, and split it down there. That is not what I wanted it to happen. It went the other direction. Practice. Learning. Practice. Now I gotta clear it up and get it out of the way. got her all cleaned up and out of the way. I think I'm gonna go make my trip down there now. I gotta go get the chainsaw. The only reason I'm really driving to get there is because it is on like the other side of the property. If I had like a four-wheeler or something like that, which, you know, obviously I'll get in the future. So the idea here is there's the truck, there's the road. We're gonna have it come up right through here and then pull off somewhere up this way, keep going up that way. But we're gonna try and set the cabin right in this vicinity, because I don't know if you can tell, this is more flat, and then the more you look up, it just goes up and up and up. So, or we can put it right where those logs are. On the other side of those logs is another flat spot. All I'd have to do is cut down this tree, and that tree. See, there's this fallen log. This would be another potential spot. This is just further and a little harder to get to. You can see at some point there was a road, ATV road right here, and all we'd really need to do right here is just clear out this one tree, which is a small tree, wouldn't even consider it a tree. I mean, I'd cut that down just for safekeeping, but a lot more work to get to. I mean, potentially down the road we can put a cabin right here for people that want to come stay on the property, friends, family, whoever. But for now, I think the easiest one to get to is right here. Just clear out a couple of these fallen trees. This tree right here sticking up, I'd just cut those down right now. Let's see what kind of real estate we're working with here, fellas. I don't know why I keep trying to fight gravity. This thing will come right back down where my phone was. We've got a pause in production. Chain popped off. Let's go back up to the top. Okay, so to start, I went ahead and loosened up these bolts right here on the side. Just again, following a YouTube video. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull this off, and that'll let us, this thing is hot, let us access underneath. So that only took me like 5 minutes to actually get it on. As you can see, got the blade back on, so now we can put her back in the sleeve. Was able to fix it. Only took me like 5 minutes with a YouTube video. Really easy, really simple. I got brought all the tools with me, and we were gonna go down there and finish it again. It's only 10:15. So when I start cutting up the firewood, I'm definitely going to want to have the wagon available so that when I toss the firewood in the wagon, I can wheel it back to the truck rather than carry it. I don't know if y'all can see how much I'm sweating, but pop the chain again. This time I got a good amount of work done before it popped off. After I get this put back on, I'll take you guys up there and show you all the work that I did. So as I was putting on, or trying to put on the chain, I noticed that we had a bit of a problem. When the chain popped off this last time, you can see right here a bunch of these little pieces that keep it connected in line with the track. So those pieces all line up right through here. As you saw, they're busted, which means we're gonna have to buy a new chain to go on the chainsaw. We don't have a new chain right now, so we're gonna have to put a halt in cutting wood, but we can at least go collect all the firewood that we did cut, and then try and get everything else organized, so that way when we do come back with a new chain, it is going to be bam, 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 bam. I already started throwing firewood, and I forgot I said to you guys I would show you what I cut down. There's one that was right here. I went ahead and chopped it all up into firewood. There's another tree over there that I cut down, and then there's a couple. There was another tree. I think it was this one right here that was laying this way. Okay, got everything cleaned up. Push it all off to the side and out of the way. This is all stuff I'll deal with later, but regardless, right here is going to be where we put the cabin. Now let's go get some food because I'm hungry. So I'm going to take these 2 boxes and then dump them over there by the underneath the overhang of the shed or the greenhouse, like on that side right there, so that way they're still out of the rain. Travel all the way up to the top of the property and get some pallets, because I want to put the pallets on the ground and then put the wood on top of the pallets, so that way they're not getting all moldy and decaying on the ground. This is a lot of firewood. If you guys have any suggestions in the meantime before I go get those totes, because I'll probably go get the totes, or not the totes, but the pallets after this video goes live, so I'll be able to read the comments and everything. So if you have any suggestions that would be easier than me going all the way up to the top of the property to dry out and weather those pieces of wood, please drop a comment. Let's go get the wagon and then come back and cook some food. Let me know if you guys, I've never tried this before, this is new to me, put honey barbecue Fritos on your grilled cheese. Never tried it before, but we're about to find out. Hopefully it's good. We're about to see if honey barbecue Fritos belongs on a grilled cheese. Let's see what we can do. All right, well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I already took a bite. I tried filming it. For some reason, the camera cut off, okay? So I'm not gonna front. I already took the first bite. You know, they say a lot of times, do not try this at home, it's dangerous, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, try this at home. Honey barbecue Fritos on a grilled cheese. Cannot go wrong. With a little bit of ketchup, cannot go wrong. Let's go ahead and shoot the 22 mil. It's got a great green laser on it. And over the camera. It's got a laser, which is pretty neat. I like the green laser a lot better than the red laser. Green laser, I can see it literally on any target I'm pointing at right now, which is pretty darn cool. That's the 22. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You guys have shown a lot of love the past 2 videos that I've uploaded. I mean, I've been uploading on YouTube. I think I was looking back at my records for like the past 7 years now. Granted, a lot of it was not consistent, but there was a lot of videos that were about reptiles, about fish, red-tailed catfish, shovel-nosed red-tail hybrids. You know, I was really into tegus, you know, the whole nine of reptiles and everything. So we are really kind of transitioning into a new era of YouTube for me. You know, one day I would like to get back to my roots of owning reptiles and owning fish, but it only takes time. So you guys are here for the journey. If you love animals, so do I. You know, drop a comment if you got any suggestions, if you see anything in the video that I could have done better, or you just want to drop a comment, go ahead and do it. Drop a like, subscribe, you know, follow the journey. You know, it does not hurt. Oh, they're shooting. They think they got me. They kind of scared me, I'm not gonna lie. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.